Library families, it's Kathleen from the Bozeman Public Library in the Children's Room. I'm here with another fun story time. This week's theme is all about royalty. Do you know what royalty is? Well, kings and queens, princes and princesses, and a lot of people like to study royalty of castles, like where these royalty lived within castles. I've got a book about information about castles, and I also have this hilarious book about a king. And look, can you see what his name is? Or not his name, but can you see where the title? It says Mustache. It's about a silly mustache that happens to this king. Mustache, I love that. So we'll read one of those to you, and then if we have time, I think we will, we'll read The Queen of France. You might recognize these illustrations. The woman who does these is named Katie McDonald Denton, and she does illustrations for books about a bear, a grumpy old bear. So anyhow, let's get started. Oh my goodness, look at this castle. Have you ever seen a castle? It's just beautiful. Most castles were built in Europe a long time ago. We're not going to read this word for word, but we're just going to take a couple peeks at it. So what is a castle? Well, a castle is a stone building with walls. Kings and nobles lived in these strong buildings, and castles kept them safe. So when they say walls, these walls are really high up, so nobody can get in to this castle complex. Castles were built in Europe in the Middle Ages. They were common after the year 1000. Look at those tall walls. Now this water is called a moat. The moat is built all around the castle in a big circle so nobody can get across. Unless you can swim, but some put crocodiles in there. Building a castle often took up to 10 years. Hundreds or even thousands of men worked on just one castle. Wow, look at all that hard work. That would take 10 years. Masons stacked stone blocks to build the outside walls. Within the walls, they built a stone tower called a keep. You might be working on the keep. Workers dug a moat outside of the walls. They filled the moat with water. A wooden drawbridge was lowered to cross the moat. Remember, that's where the water is, and sometimes crocodiles. Inside a castle, the largest room in the castle is the Great Hall. The king or other nobles met visitors and threw parties here. Wow, that looks like a fancy room. Nobles are other people within the kingdom who are high up in society, like the king and queen. The kitchen was near the Great Hall. Cooks made food in large stone fireplaces. Wow, that is a very large fireplace. Very tall ceilings. Look at how tall those ceilings are. Now, there's a clock on the wall. That's interesting. Didn't know they had clocks back then. Stone walls and floors could be cold and damp. People used rugs and tapestries to keep their bedrooms warm. So tapestries are kind of like a rug on a wall right here. It's a little bit of a thin rug with a picture in it. Today, people tour castles. Visitors learn about the Middle Ages. You can go to Europe and see castles. Now for our funny story about our castle, or about our mustache man who lives in the castle. This is going to be funny. So this story is written by Mac Barnett, and pictures by Kevin Cornell. Thanks to Disney Hyperion for letting me read this aloud to you. And let's find out about what's so silly about a mustache. So this is a king. His name is Duncan. So King Duncan lives in a castle with all of his noblemen and his advisors. Duncan was a terrible king, but he was terribly handsome. That means good looking. "Don't I look wonderful?" said King Duncan. "Yes, sire," said his royal advisor. So this is his royal advisor who tells him what to do. He spent every royal day admiring his royal reflection and not doing much of anything else. Look at they're carrying a mirror around for him to see himself as he strolls through town. This is why his kingdom was such a royal mess. Look at this. This is where they get water. It's all broken. This is crashing down. The sheep are eating the roof. There's a dragon wreaking havoc up there. King Duncan didn't repair the roads. Instead, he built billboards. It looks like they're pictures of himself. You might see these when you're traveling down the highway. There should have been a look at the road. He didn't build playgrounds either. Instead, he put up a statue. This kind of stuff made King Duncan's subjects furious. So 2 words in there you might not know. Furious means very angry. And subjects are the people he rules over. So just your everyday people. So one day his subjects stormed the castle. "We need roads! We need swings! Do something for us, King Duncan!" they shouted. They want some change. "For you," said the king. "Yes," said a little girl. The king was quiet. "Come back in a week," he replied. Oh, do you think he's going to make some changes in a week? Ah, here's the week. "Gentle subjects," he said 7 days later, "you have asked me to repair the roads and the playgrounds. I have done something even better. Behold my gift for you." Look what his gift is. A big picture of himself. Do you think they were very happy with that? No, they wanted their playgrounds and their roads. "That's it?" said the little girl. "Yes," said the king. Oh, the king grinned. He's happy with his gift, but no one else is. Look at them. They're kind of surprised. The crowd left and the sun set. So now it's nighttime. Now something happened overnight to that poster. Take a look. Look at what they did. Did you see somebody painted a mustache? Let's go back. Here's what it looked like before. And then they added a mustache. And the next morning, the king's gift looked like this. King Duncan was furious. "I must catch this vandal," he screamed. "Yes, sire," said his royal advisor, "and put him in jail." "Yes, sire," said his advisor, or put her in jail." "Yes, sire." So King Duncan had his royal advisors nail posters to every wall in the kingdom. All over they put these posters. King Duncan soaked in his royal hot tub and waited for someone to turn in the culprit. "It should be any minute now," said the king. "Yes, sire," said the royal advisor. He's in his hot tub. But overnight, something happened. What did they do? They drew mustaches on all the posters. King Duncan was outraged. That means really, really mad. He went out for a walk. Oh, look at him looking at that. And he went to the park. They even drew it on the statue. So he slouched in his royal throne. "Look at my wonderful face," he said. "Who could be doing this to me?" "I don't know, sire," said his royal advisor. Except his royal advisor did know. Oh my gosh, look. Who is it? Every night the old man had been sneaking out of the castle and painting mustaches on pictures of the king. Oh no, the royal advisor was doing it. And he wasn't the only one. Look at all the people that had done it. So had she, and he, and so had they, and so had she. In fact, just about every person, or excuse me, in fact, just about the only person who hadn't painted a mustache on the picture of the king was this guy. Right here. This guy. I'll let you look at all those. So that guy, oh, never mind. Oh, he just did one. There were mustaches everywhere. The king was having a hard time dealing with it all. Oh my gosh, they totally put him everywhere. One night he lay awake in his royal waterbed. I know what I'll do, he thought. I'll trick the culprit into revealing himself. Oh boy, he's with his subjects again. Sorry, it's hard to read and show you full screen. The next day he called all his subjects to the royal castle. My gentle subjects, you have been playing a joke on me, and I have found this joke hilarious. So if the person who's been drawing mustaches on my pictures will just raise his or her hand, we can all laugh and there'll be no punishment. No punishment? Look at everyone raising their hands. Every single person's raising their hands. You're all going to jail, screamed the king. All of us? Asked the little girl. All of you, screamed the king. Oh, but the jail wasn't going to be big enough to hold them. Not even close. So the king made the jail even bigger. So what has he done? Here's the jail. He made a bigger fence around it, and bigger until it could hold everybody. So outside the kingdom was the jail. It's starting to look like a town. And now every day the king sat on his royal throne, the only free man in all the land. He's all by himself. We sure showed them, King Duncan said to his reflection. His reflection was silent. His reflection, though handsome, was not very good company. I think he's getting lonely. Day after day, the king listened to the sound of laughter nearby, of donkey carts rolling down freshly paved roads and swings creaking in the parks. Things seem to be going pretty well out there in jail. Does that look like jail? I think they started their own town away from that king. Oh, he slumped. He sighed. He felt alone. Oh. Until one morning the king sat up straight. He got off his royal throne. He stood in front of his royal mirror. He reached for his royal paintbrush, and he painted a mustache on his own royal face, and it looked pretty good. I wonder if he'll go join the rest of the kingdom outside of the walls in jail. I like that book a lot. All right, I'm back with another story. This one is called The Queen of France. You might recognize the illustrator of this book. This is the same illustrator that did A Visitor for Bear. Remember Bear and Mouse? And Bear is grumpy because Mouse wants to come in and play, and Mouse sneaks in all sorts of different ways. If you look at the pictures, you'll notice it's the same illustrator. You can notice the style is the same. Anyhow, here we go. The Queen of France, written by Tim Wadham, illustrated by Katie McDonald Denton. And thank you so much to Candlewick Press for allowing me to read this to you today. The Queen of France. I just love these beautiful illustrations. Here's this little girl's bedroom. Here she is. All right. When Rose woke up that morning, she felt royal. Like royalty. She opened a box of jewelry. Hey, did I miss a page? No. She opened a box of jewelry and she put in some necklaces. She put on the bracelets. She went to the make-believe basket and she put on the crown. The Queen of France went to find Rose's mother. Now remember, this little girl's name is Rose, but now she's the Queen of France. Well, hello. I'm the Queen of France. Have you seen Rose? I'll move over so we can see. There we go. No, said Rose's mother. I wonder where she could be, said the Queen of France. Oh, I do hope she remembers to clean her room, said Rose's mother. Why are you planting those bumpy sticks? Asked the Queen. This is a rose bush, Your Majesty, said Rose's mother. It is ugly, said the Queen. Yes, it is, said Rose's mother, but it will soon grow green and beautiful, and lovely pink flowers will blossom on the stems. I named Rose after this flower. I see, said the Queen. May I touch it? Oh, yes, certainly, said Rose's mother, but please do be careful. Ouch, said the Queen. I have pricked my royal finger. May I kiss it for you, said Rose's mother. No, said the Queen. I have a royal physician for things like that. Goodbye. A physician is a doctor. Goodbye, said Rose's mother. The Queen of France went to find the royal physician. Hello, she yelled. I'm the Queen of France. Rose's father stopped the lawnmower. Are you by chance the royal physician? No, I'm Rose's father. Oh, said the Queen, my finger requires medical attention. I'm sorry, said Rose's father. I hope that you find the royal physician. So do I, said the Queen. By the way, have you seen Rose? No, said Rose's father. I thought she was in the garden. When you see her, please tell her that we are reading an exciting pirate story tonight. I won't forget, said the Queen. She loves to pretend, doesn't she? The Queen of France went to Rose's room. She took off the necklaces, she took off the bracelets, she put them in the jewelry box. She took off the crown, she put it in the make-believe basket. She went to the hall closet. She found a bandage and put it on her finger. Then she put on a second one, just in case. Then Rose went to find her mother. Now she's Rose. Now the Queen of France any longer. Mother, have you seen the Queen of France? Rose asked. Why, yes, said Rose's mother. She just left. She hurt her finger and went to look for the royal physician. Interesting, said Rose. If you see the Queen, please tell her I'm looking for her too. Rose went to find the Queen of France. She looked in her bedroom. The Queen of France was not there, and her room was not clean. She sighed. There were dirty clothes on the floor. Rose gathered them up and put them in the hamper. Her bed was all messy. She pulled up the covers and put her stuffed monkey on the pillow. See close up there? Rose went to the jewelry box. She put on the necklaces. She put on the bracelets. She went to the make-believe basket and put on the crown. Then the Queen of France went to find Rose's mother. Now she's back. Hello, Rose's mother said to the Queen of France. Hello again, said Rose's mother. I'm shocked to see that you do your own cooking, said the Queen. Well, here in the village we have to cook for ourselves. The Queen considered this, then said, I cannot find Rose. Would you ask her something for me? I'd be happy to, said Rose's mother. I would like to trade places with Rose, said the Queen of France. I'm tired of being queen. I'll be your daughter, and she can be the queen. Oh, Your Majesty, said Rose's mother. I'm sure Rose would love that. Then please give her my crown, said the Queen. It is very beautiful. Rose's father reads stories to her every night, said Rose's mother. Will anyone read to her in the castle? Oh, my servants can read to her any time she likes, said the Queen. Well, there is one other thing, said Rose's mother. Whenever Rose gets hurt, I kiss her better. Will there be anyone in the castle who can kiss her scrapes for her? The royal physician will attend to her, said the Queen. Well then, said Rose's mother, I suppose she'll be fine. Her father and I will miss her very much. The Queen thought about this. Just how much will you miss her? She asked. I will miss her infinity times infinity, said Rose's mother.
"That's a very large amount," said the Queen. "If you would miss her that much, I'm afraid we cannot change places. Rose would have liked being the Queen, though. You never have to clean your own room. Well, goodbye." "Goodbye," said Rose's mother. "If you see Rose, tell her dinner's ready." The Queen of France turned and walked away. Oh, a few moments later, Rose came into the dining room. "Was the Queen of France here?" asked Rose. "You just missed her again," replied Rose's mother. "What did she want?" asked Rose. "She wanted to be my daughter. She wanted you to be the Queen." "What did you tell her?" asked Rose. "I told her that I would miss you. She decided that you should stay my daughter and she would stay the Queen." "That's good," said Rose. "I would rather be your daughter than the Queen of France." Rose hugged Mother. Mother hugged Rose. When Rose finished dinner that evening, she felt scary. Oh, remember before she felt royal and dressed like a king or a queen? Now she feels scary. What do you predict she's going to dress up as when she feels scary? A monster? Let's see what, oh, I think she chose is that a crocodile? A crocodile costume from her basket? That's the end. Well, we read a book about a little bit about information about a castle, and we read about the mustache king, and then we had a make-believe queen. So we have a couple different activities, and you can come by the library and get these if you like, in our take and make bags. They're outside the library from 12 to 1 every weekday, Monday through Friday. The first thing is you get to make a castle. I didn't make one yet, but I brought this home. I haven't had a chance. You cut this out, and then you put it like a circle, and you glue it, and then it's like a 3D castle. And then you can open the doors and put paper behind there and put some people. You can cut out the windows and glue people in there. That's one of our fun activities. Maybe, though, you'd rather make a knight. Knights defend the castle. So this is a knight mask you can color and make. We also have directions and supplies to make a catapult out of rubber bands and craft sticks. And then finally, you have to make a crown for the royalty. So we have those activities available for you at the library. You can come by and get those, and we hope you will. Next week, we're going to be doing mazes and labyrinths and things like that. Can't wait to see you at the library. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.